Factsverse presents 10 Celebrities That Have Turned Their Lives Around. Number 1. Demi Lovato. Demi Lovato may be young, but she has been through more than most people older than her. Unfortunately, she had to do this publicly. After her issues began making the front page of the tabloids, she decided to go to rehab after a breakdown in 2010. According to her, she needed help with psychological problems and self-harm. After she completed her treatment, she revealed that she was struggling with her self-worth and self-image. Due to these insecurities, she began experimenting with drugs and alcohol. She may have gone through a very dark period in her life, however, with help, she was able to overcome her problems. Today, she says that she is the healthiest that she has ever been. She's an amazing role model for young women, and she is a successful pop star. Number 2. Eminem. Eminem may be a successful recording star with millions of fans, however, he has been through a lot in his life. At one point, he had a serious pill and drug addiction. According to Eminem, he was taking up to 20 pills each day to satisfy his habit. When he had a near-death experience, he became aware that he was slowly killing himself. This realization gave him the push that he needed to get treatment and to get clean. Today, he's drug-free and focusing on his music and his children. Number 3. Macklemore. Macklemore struggled with drugs and alcohol even before he gained fame with his first hit single, Thrift Shop. He was able to clean up his act before he became famous, however, he admits that he came very close to slipping back into his old ways. He has stated that he struggles with his sobriety every day and that he works just as hard at staying sober as he does at recording singles that will rise on the charts. Number 4. Nicole Richie. Nicole Richie was known as Hollywood's party girl back in the early 2000s. She was arrested for possession of marijuana, Vicodin, and heroin. Eventually, she realized that drugs and the party life was not for her, and she got help. Today, she is a wife and a mother of 2 beautiful children, and drugs are the last thing that she thinks about. Number 5. Fergie. Over the past few years, Fergie has been very open about her addiction to ecstasy and meth. She has stated that her addiction was so bad that she lost a great deal of weight, making her look unhealthy. Also, she said the drugs were making her mind play tricks on her. She says that she found faith and hope in God, and she was able to conquer her addiction. Today, she has a loving husband, a child, and she is drug-free. She's doing better than ever and is the happiest she has ever been. Number 6. Naomi Campbell. Most people know Naomi Campbell as a gorgeous model. She's also famous for her rages that land her in court. Her temper is not the only problem that she has to overcome, though. She opened up recently about her cocaine addiction that started when people around her began passing away. She found comfort in getting high on cocaine, and it was destroying her. Today, she's been free of drugs for 6 years and hasn't had a drink of alcohol in a year and a half. She is an inspiration to many. Number 7. George Foreman. George Foreman had a very rough childhood and turned to boxing. After a match in 1977, he became exhausted and dehydrated and explains it as a near-death experience. When this happened, he called out to God for help. Soon after he gave up boxing, he became a Christian minister and focused on his 12 children while settling down in Texas. Years later, he went back into the ring and was successful. He has stated that all of his success is thanks to God. Number 8. Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash is one of the most famous musicians of all time. Like many musicians, he had his problems with drugs and alcohol. He married his first wife, Vivian, and they divorced after 12 years of marriage due to his many affairs and his addiction. Through the 70s and 80s, he went through long spans of being clean, however he always struggled with his addiction. According to Johnny, he went into a cave to commit suicide and felt God's presence. Soon after, he changed his life with God's help, but still battled his addiction. Number 9. Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper has been one of the most popular heavy metal musicians for decades. With his pinstriped suits, long hair, heavy makeup, and unique stage props, he's managed to stay on top of his game. Like many musicians, he fell hard into drugs and alcohol. In 1972, his girlfriend Miss Christine died of an overdose. Over the years, he has managed to clean up his act, he was able to get clean of drugs and alcohol, and he's vocal about his Christian beliefs. He also helps other musicians overcome their addictions. Number 10. Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan is one of the most well-known celebrities that have turned their lives around. She had a promising career until she let drugs and alcohol take over. She was arrested for DUIs very often, and she couldn't pay a film company to allow her to star in a film. Reports have been said that she was broke. Reports have also stated that Charlie Sheen had to let her borrow money. Over the past few years, she has attended court-mandated rehab and has tried to turn her life around. She's been able to land a few acting jobs which are showing Hollywood execs that she's back. Subscribe for more.